My name is Adesina Cameron. I'm a mortgage planning specialist and I am also the co-housing mortgage specialist. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about co-housing. So I used to live in co-housing and now I don't, but because I love it and because my mom is still there, I live right next door. So we're just going to open up this gate and go through and check out the community, and I'm going to teach you a little bit about co-housing. Co-housing, you can think of it as just a really special kind of condominium. So legally, it is private home ownership of your condo unit and public space just like you would have in any other condo. But it's also kind of an intentional community. So the people are here together to live a good life on beautiful grounds and to cooperate a bit. I'm going to walk in and show you a little bit more about what you can receive when you're living in co-housing. Right now, we're at a co-housing community in Portland. This is a condominium community. There's 26 units. This is what we call the south side. As you can see, the grounds are beautiful. Everybody has a little bit of their own private gardening space as well as some collaborative space right there. And you can see in general, everything is really nice. So one of the benefits of co-housing is that you might own a small unit, but you have the ability to look at beautiful things all of the time. You'll notice that everybody has their own porches. You'll often find people gathering on their porches, sharing coffee in the morning. I actually used to live right there in that unit, and it was pretty common that I would meet up with my neighbor for coffee in the morning. My daughter would play in the courtyard, and so that's really what co-housing is about. It's about utilizing the public spaces to create community, but still being a homeowner and having a condo. The HOA is self-managed, which means that there is a work party one Saturday a month. So that would entail things like taking turns cutting the grass, maybe cleaning the gutters, maybe feeding this fig tree or trimming its leaves if that's what it needed. It's all about trying to figure out how you can use the skills that people have to both spend time together and get a little bit of stuff done. So the way that most co-housing gets formed is some people come together and they have the idea that they want to establish something beautiful and live together. So they find a space, they design it, and then they bring in the construction loan and they put it all together. So this community is about 20 years old, and that's the way it got started. Where you're seeing me sit right now was all blackberry bushes. They bought this property and there was another property that is next door that had some houses. They remodeled those, they built those, and they created this beautiful community. So as units come up for sale, it's still just regular real estate. You have an agent or you don't. Sometimes it's for sale by owner, and then you come and you get the unit. But what's a little bit different is you get to know some people in the community and make sure that it's a good fit and this is where you might want to live. This community is 26 units. They've got ages from age 1, I believe there's a new baby here, from 1 to 83. And the other thing that's great about this is there is a lot of common space that you can't see right now where people can gather for meetings, for dinners. When I was here, I had my book club there. They have some guest rooms over there. So the beautiful thing about co-housing is that even though you have your individual unit, you will also find that there are quite a lot of common spaces. There's a tool shed here, there's the gardens, there's a hot tub. So it's really just kind of like a condo with a really, really fancy clubhouse and really great amenities. So who is co-housing for? Who would be a good fit for co-housing? There are so many people who thrive here. Older people who want to be able to have relationships with other people and not have to drive to the community center or to church activities are a great fit. Younger people who are just starting out in life and they want to have the benefit of being around people because they're not with their family, but they also want to have their own place and experience living like a grown-up for the first time. It's also a fantastic fit for families because you have the collaboration of other people around you. You've got people to watch your kid, you've got other kids to play with, you've got a diverse gathering of people for your child to be around and experience. It's also just a great place for people who want to have a little bit more companionship in their life. I've heard actually it's great for introverts. I'm not one, so I wouldn't really know about that. But you'd be surprised how many folks here are a couple of an introvert and an extrovert, because the extrovert can get what they need without having to drag their spouse all over town to parties, and the spouse can participate for just a minute and then walk back to his place when he's done. That's kind of how we did it in my family. So one of the things that's so fantastic about co-housing is the ability to live intergenerationally. So this is my mom, and she lives here at Cascadia too. And when I first lived here, my daughter was really young, and I can't tell you how many times we came to sit out at this picnic bench in the spring or the summer to have dinner, and then my mom would wander out and some other folks would wander out and some other kids. So it can also really be an opportunity to live not only with your own family, but if you don't have your own family living nearby, you get to experience older people, younger people, people that are differently abled, and really come together in a community when it's easy to spend time together right outside your front door. So this is not actually a coffee shop. This is just one of the residents' homes, but she loves to talk with people. So every Tuesday she has people meet here on the front porch. As you can see, there's a little bit of space on this porch. Her neighbor participates. There's a little bit of space over there. And it's just a place for people to gather and chit chat and see what's going on. And it's an easy way to get some socializing, see people for a little while, and then go on with your day. One of the things people want to know about co-housing is, am I going to have any privacy? Can I make any decisions on my own? So here's the way it works. This is my mom's place, and she wanted to put in this fountain. So this space is shared between my mom and the guy who lived next door. So they just made an agreement that it would be okay to put a fountain in here. She took it to the community. She just checked in with everybody. Somebody said, hey, can we get a little fence because we have little kids around here? She added that to the design. And then she had my uncle from Seven Springs Stoneworks in Eugene come and put in this beautiful fountain for her. So you absolutely can make your own decisions and do some of your own things. You just need to collaborate a little bit with the people around you. And the end result is better and more beautiful for everybody. This is how things get done in co-housing. A couple of folks here wanted to get electric cars. They had them, they were plugging them in through the garage on a cord, stuff like that. So they just brought the ideas to the community. What if we put in some chargers? So somebody made a proposal, they did the research, they proposed it. As a community, I was here at the time, we voted to do it, but we got together and we dug the trench under the bridge and through here ourselves because that was the significantly expensive part. It was a fun project for the kids. We did it over a couple of weeks, and then we brought in a certified contractor to do the rest of the job. So that's kind of how it works. If it's an easy thing to do without a lot of liability, the community can take care of it. But anything that requires certification, bonding, is all done by a licensed bonded contractor because the HOA is still a legal HOA and they meet all of the obligations of a condo in Oregon. So why would you want your clients to know about co-housing and get involved in the Our Home co-housing project now? Well, basically, we're in a tough market right now and there are not a lot of listings. So this is a great way, especially for an older person who's wanting to sell right now and capitalize on the market, but it wants to travel, see their grandkids for a little while and be a part of a building community and know where they're going to land in a year or two, lock in pricing a little bit earlier, but also capitalize on today's market. If you want to learn more about co-housing in general and the Our Home co-housing project in particular, please join us for our DC Lending webinar on June 23rd from 11 to 12. Can't wait to see you there and teach you a little bit more about co-housing.